Hey, hello there folks, welcome back to RJB TV. Today we're going to look at Byul against JH. It's going to be a single game between these two folks. And I've got something new that I want to try out that I haven't tried out before. Though I have, I'm lying, I have tried this out before, but I still want to give it a shot. We've got JH here on the name Mouse. His opponent is on the name Sword. Who is Byul? This is Byul. One of the names Byul used for a very long time is Sword, which I think means something like honey sword. Not too sure. Near the top of the map, middle right, it is JH. What I wanted to try out is this thing right here. Let's move a little bit away so that we have a little more room to look at this. So this is always something I wanted to do, is rating the players' their skills. And yeah, Byul, amazing Terran. He's playing Terran this game. Zerg, also pretty damn good. Protoss, pretty damn good as well. I noticed that I actually made a mistake by not ordering the races in the exact same sequence. Byul has insane micro. His macro, pretty damn good, but it is definitely one of his weaker sides of his gameplay. He's fast, but slows down as the game goes on. Then there's his game IQ, like how smart is he while playing. I think both players are about equally smart when they're playing. It's one of the few things that really sets JH apart. He plays smart, even though maybe his micro, macro, and speed are not that fast. Now Byul though, Byul has arguably some of the best awareness I've seen in the fastest map, and that also ties into his play speed. I feel that Byul deliberately plays slower sometimes to improve on his awareness. It's like he makes a sacrifice on one aspect of his gameplay to improve another, and I think that is a pretty solid thing to do. When you deliberately open up some brain space, so to speak, some mental capacity to improve in something else, I think that is a pretty legit strategy. And given Byul's history on fastest map and how dominant he has been in 1v1 and 2v2, I think there's an argument to be made that everyone can benefit from playing a little bit slower to open up some of that mental capacity, some of that brain power for awareness, which also ties into game IQ. That aside though, we've had that lengthy introduction. Let's look at the players themselves and what they're doing. Byul here went for command center, into triple barracks, into a refinery, whereas we have JH here who went for nexus, forge, choke, gateway, double gas, cybercore. Standard build order, a little bit risky on a mill spawn in the case that a Terran is doing an 8 barracks build order. But given the fact that Byul went for command center first, there's no risk involved at all. And based off of that one command center first build order from Byul, he is going to have a little bit of a better economy as he would have had if he had gone for triple barracks before the command center, which it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. More SCVs, more money, better economy. Both players still looking for the other, haven't found each other yet. Cannon number 2 there coming up in the front for JH, and a robo there on the way as well in the front. Byul might try to... he might not try to break through. I thought he might try to break through because that is something I've seen Byul do quite a lot, is get triple barrack production going, get early academy, early stim, some medics, and then try to break through the front with those marines. But given the fact that he's... what? I thought he was lifting up all his barracks, but he was merely relocating the barracks, okay? I thought he was going to completely lift up those barracks, but he tricked me, just reorganizing. But a very fast factory nonetheless, which might still mean he's going to try to break through that choke with early siege mode, early tank, and some stim medics to back up the tank. JH here going for robotics number 2, Citadel of Adun in the back, and a support bay also on the way. One of the few things I like about JH is that fundamentally he just follows the build orders and doesn't really try to do any tricky shenanigans that have a pretty high chance of failing because they're kind of cheesy in nature. Kind of like, he doesn't gamble. JH doesn't gamble. He plays solid build orders that are kind of straightforward, but they have been proven to work many times over and over during the long history the fastest map at this point has. Well, double robo in the front. Marines moving out, might try to break through the choke. They might be able to, might not be able to, because there's also some zealots there in the front to protect. Got double reaver on the way there from JH. Gateway coming up there in the front to make it a little bit more difficult to get on top of all those cannons. Like, there's a big structure here blocking off this section, and then you only have this smaller section right here to put your Marines as you attack the cannon. So this is usually a pretty simple but a pretty strong fix to a Terran trying to break through. So tank there finished up. He built a wall, so he's no longer planning on pushing. He's planning on just full out defending against JH's aggression. JH has Zealot speed on the way, level 1 attack as well, and shuttle speed should be there being upgraded as well. Got a small amount of Zealots, a couple more are on the way, and Shuttle Reaver, Double Reaver actually, is moving across the map to start the attack on those depots in the front. Byul knows it is happening. It's going to build a couple more depots, bunkers, and turrets to fortify and make sure that JH cannot just break through. Marines are in the back. He scans the map, scans the front, but JH has already arrived there in the front. He's already knocking on the front door. Siege tank on the scene, but might be a little bit too far away. It is not. It is exactly within distance. Picks up both Reavers. It takes some damage on both Reavers, but not a significant amount. Rapier comes out exactly on time to take the shield out of the air and force the Reavers onto the ground. Gonna try to take down both those tanks, but the tanks are firing on the Reavers themselves, so the Reavers go down, and that attack from JH failed. Not miserably, because he did kill a bunker and 2 depots, but it failed in the sense that he didn't actually kill that much. That was a pretty solid defense there from Byul. Wraith came out exactly on time to shut down the shuttle drop. Also vision on the sides with those Marines. Shuttle gets detected. Wraith not moving. Shuttle is going to kill the Marines first and return back home. Doesn't take the risk. More Wraiths that are coming out from Byul. He's got armory on the way already. He's got 1 factory, 2 more being built. Once again, relocated and reorganized his barracks. Got command center number 3. Whereas JH here still on double nexus. 54 probes. And he's getting more robos and more pylons and more gateways. So he's gonna go for the drop strategies. Pretty solid, in my opinion. It is the best strategy you can do as a Protoss against Terran. Is just shuttle drop those units right into the enemy base. But Wraiths there coming to hunt it down, but it overshoots. Ooh, a little mistake there by Byul. Shuttles coming in, shuttles unloading. Reaver there on the side. Reaver on the side, killing everything that comes close. Marines have to run away, far away, because they are going to explode if they ever come a little bit too close. Tank is sieging up within range of the Reavers. Reaver's going to get shut down by the tanks. Marines coming in to save the day, but they do get taken down. Now, turrets on the side, no longer safe from harm, as the Zealots do take down those turrets. Open up a hole there on the side, and now a small mass attack. They're going to try to break through the front. Do we have something in those bunkers? They're completely filled to the brim. So yeah, this shouldn't really harm Byul too much, but it's a good switch up though. It is a good switch up, and there's actually no tanks in the front. Really good read here. This is pure game IQ. Reaver shooting. Reaver can't connect though, because he's trying to shoot on the bunkers in the back. So even though the game IQ is really good, the execution is a little bit sloppy from JH here. It doesn't really work out as you wanted it to. Scarabs were not exploding, and he ends up killing absolutely nothing. Even though everything is so close to dying. If you had just target fired the supply depots with those Reavers, you could have broken through really easily and achieved a whole lot more. Commencement number 4, also here on the scene, ready for more SCP production. Byul is exploding economically and with his army as well. Byul is soon going to be a force to be reckoned with. JH has to start making something happen pretty damn fast. You have to start making something happen pretty damn fast. He has to hurt Byul really hard, or Byul is gonna take over the match. Byul is gonna take over the match if something is not gonna happen very soon. So turrets being rebuilt there on the top corner. Got upgrades there on the way for the tanks from both armories. Armor and weapon upgrade. Marines are level 0 attack. It's getting level 1 attack there though. Whereas we have 1 armor there for JH. He's got Stargates there on the way on the top. He's got 3 forges in total. So he's getting every single upgrade for his gateway units. Also getting air armor. He's mostly preparing a pretty strong drop upgrade combination. Also gonna go for a frontal attack there. We do have some tanks there behind the wall. The wall went down because it burned down. JH realized he can't get in, so he turns around. He is preparing another shuttle drop, a little bit slow. The drops have not been coming out very quick consistently, although here's another drop there. Gonna try to fly in at the same time as this mass attack there comes out. Reavers unloading in the front. It's 4 Reavers shooting hard or whatever they can, hitting things in the back, picks them up, migrates them forward, unloads them. A lot of Marines coming from the back there, though. Huge Marine explosion. I think that's an entire control group of 12 going down on a single Scarab. Pretty well done. Breaks through the front door there, but once again, the economy in the back is safe and sound. Byul is not really too bothered by this. This drop here, though, might hurt him quite a bit. Comes in over the top right. Wraith in the air there, though, disrupting the drop itself. Shuttle goes in. Shuttle gets taken down there by the turret and the Wraith. And now the Reaver's just going to try to kill turrets, and he kills 2. So not a whole lot achieved. Yeah, he hates doing the right things, but maybe making the wrong choices. Or maybe the execution is not as solid as it should or could be. Or maybe Byul is just defending this perfectly. That's of course also an option. Another mass attack there coming through the front door. Supply depot wall has been rebuilt, so not gonna break through. While here back at home, he's got a shuttle drop there prepared to go into the fight. Let's look at the front here. Shuttle drop there on the side, goes in over the bottom. Attack on the front didn't do too much. Killed the supply depots though in the bunker, so it did achieve something, but nothing of significance. And the drop there gets shut down by the Wraith's simple target firing. Still only on 5 factories though, adding on 2 more there in the front. Supply is grown bigger, almost maxed out. Upgrades are currently on 1-1 for the tanks. Pretty beefy, pretty strong. JH himself is on 1-1-1 as well. He's got 2-2-2 there on the way. Another shuttle drop there being prepared in the front. Getting Fleet Beacon, getting Cybercore number 2. He's preparing a carrier switch. That is what I predict. Although no Stargates coming out, it's still largely 1 Stargate and the rest is all gateways. So the carrier switch might not happen, though he still has room to build a carrier switch base or Stargate group right here. Scan came out there from the wrong player, and now I'm too late to show what he scanned, but Byul scanned and gathered some useful information. Almost maxed out. JH has a kind of trademark very high amount of probes. That's something I see JH do more often. He just overshoots the mark by 25, sometimes 30, and it really hurts him. It comes back to bite him in the butt. He's having too many probes means too little army, which means not a whole lot of fighting power. He's going to try to break through the front once again. Massive shuttle drop there coming through. Unloading in the front, but not on the tanks. I think he should have unloaded on the tanks, not in front of the tanks, because now everything got taken down really quick, really easily. Although the drop there goes to the backside. Base coming to intercept. Nothing is unloading from the shuttles though. And yeah, another good idea, but poor execution from JH, and Byul is hardly bothered by the attack. And JH is still making probes. He's still making probes because his minerals are low, but he has 102 probes. This is painful to watch. So many probes, so little army. An army is exactly what he needs. Like, Byul's worker count is exactly where it has to be. 69, the perfect number. It is absolute perfection. Once again, scouts the entire map, scouts the middle, scans the side as well. Some pretty good information gathering. He knows cannons are being built on the middle to slow him down. And it looks like he is not yet going to push out. He just wants a couple more factories, it turns out. He's a pretty good number already. Dropped it on the bottom side. Byul is very slowly transitioning into Valkyries away from the Wraiths. and flies with the drop straight into the Valkyries. Unloads on the bottom corner there to take down all the turrets instead of losing the shuttles to the Valkyries. Pretty smart choice, pretty good adaptation, but once again, this doesn't really do a whole lot, and he's got 105 probes. OMG, so many probes. He is never ever gonna significantly hurt Byul at this rate. Having 30 more supply space for units would make all the difference. He's preparing a pretty big shuttle drop there, though a lot of Archons and mix Reavers and Zealots as well. This kind of combination of Archons, Templars, Reavers and Zealots is really good for killing a command center. But to kill a command center, you first have to arrive at the command center. And the raids are sneaking through, found a hole there on the side, uncovered, unprotected, flying around to hunt for those shuttles. He knows the mass drop is coming because he's been scanning the entire map all game long. Found the shuttles there flying on the side. He knows where they're coming from. Valkyries are in position to intercept. Raids are in the front. Moving to the bottom side, flies into the cannons though. And there's a Stargate proxy base being built there on the 9 o'clock spawn location. I really hope JH kills some of his probes at some point, because it's really hurting him. More shuttles coming across. Non-stop scans coming out from Byul. He's waiting for the counter-attack. He knows that if JH loses a massive amount of shuttles with units, he has an easy opportunity to push out and go for the kill. Because at that point, JH has to rebuild his army, and rebuilding your army always a little bit slow. We drop there on the bottom left, going to try to fly in, but he's going to fly straight into Valkyries that are already there on the pathway. In the air, takes down all the shuttles. Oh no, they survived, and they arrived on location. This is a disaster. He had the Valkyries in position, but they didn't kill the shuttles, and now the command center is getting mowed down, taken down, absolutely destroyed, decimated, obliterated. It's gone, and he killed all the SCVs as well. Units are moving to the back, but it's a little bit difficult to move into the backside with a Sim City, with structures so tightly built next to each other. He's killing everything in the back. Sometimes, even when you have everything prepared, sometimes things just slip right through. Sometimes things just go wrong. Archon in the back still hammering away on everything there in the vicinity. Disaster happened. He burned through 8,000 minerals in the blink of an eye while trying to recover from that attack. Wow, he had 11,000 minerals, now he's on 2,700. He burned through the entire bank he had saved up within a mere 20 seconds. That is disaster striking. The game suddenly looks very good for JH, although his worker count still pretty damn disastrous. 103 probes. Got a mass attack there. Well, you can hardly call this a mass attack. But there's a lot of real estate for Byul to break through before he can arrive in JH's base. But Byul is going to play the power play. Temple's on the high ground, ready to storm all the tanks. A really good position there. This is the game IQ from JH that I'm talking about. Smart moves. If only he had more army, less probes. But Byul is going to try to play this out with a small economy. No main command center. He's going to try to push through with the huge army. A chunky boy, thick tanks rolling across the map, entering the middle. Byul's going to try to end this before JH can, but his money is so damn low. Anything he loses right now cannot be replaced. But he realizes he's got to go. He's got to go. He cannot give JH a comfortable transition into another technology. He has to put pressure on the JH to make JH know that JH cannot just comfortably build up, grow bigger, grow richer, and keep on attacking without there being consequences to losing his units. So what's gonna win? 103 probes or 39 SCVs? Who's gonna win this? The bigger army or the bigger economy? JH, please kill some of your probes. It is frustrating to watch when you've just achieved a pretty massive blow right into Byul's face. Byul is making progress. moving across the middle. Pretty quick. His economy is somewhat recovering. Disruption Raptor on the side. Shuttle drop there coming in. It's 2 shuttles, 2 Corsairs arriving over the top side. Goes in all the way. Byul not responding. His awareness is not really up to par in this game. SCV's going down once again. Reaver Scarabs hitting massively hard. Down to 21. Reaver's... Oh, he gets everything. They're on the last Scarab possible. The last Scarab, I think that sealed the deal. Well, let's not celebrate too early. There's still way too many probes there for JH, but his economy is really solid. And everything that Byul now loses, he cannot replace. 2 Reavers killing a lot of tanks. Oh, huge explosions. A lot of tanks getting mowed down. Great target firing there from JH. Down to 140 supply. His army is still bigger than JH's though. His army is still bigger. Like, is Byul gonna win this with 13 SCVs and no production at all? Or is he gonna mow down enough of those tanks with the Reavers? No. Oh, this is frustrating to watch for JH. So many probes. Oh, he killed us. Oh, he stormed his own probes right at the exact moment that he had to. His 50 probes still alive. Great choice. Maybe he killed a couple too many. But he just opened up 50 supply space and that might just save the game. He opened up 50 supply space and it might just save the game. 6,000 minerals still in the bank. It's a lot to produce, a lot to use. The tanks are positioned pretty well. 120 supply against 135. Can JH actually produce enough, quick enough, to match the army that Byul already has on the map? He's recovering. Slowly. 20 SCDs, 49 probes there for JH. A lot of units spawning. Army supplies somewhat the same. Like, their armies are about equal size at this point. But a Terran army is stronger than a Protoss army because tanks hit really hard with those max out upgrades. JH himself also max out upgrades, but he needs more zealots right now to stop the push. Storming with a template on the front. Reaver Scarab hits as well. Kills a couple of tanks in the front. A couple more tanks going down. But it wasn't enough. Still so many tanks on the scene. I think there's about 24 tanks in total. His army, though, has dropped below 100 supply. He's building a couple more tanks. He's producing as much as he can with as little as he has. The game has suddenly become very exciting, but JH also burning through his economy, burning through his money. He pulled a lot of probes from the gas onto the minerals to beefing up his income. He has about 45 probes there on the minerals, but Byul already setting up in the front. JH though maxed out supply, the army coming from every single direction. This is a great attack forward. This has to kill all the tanks here. This has to clean the infestation out right now. Oh yes, this is gonna work. This is getting great results. He's clearing out most of the tanks. He cleared out almost everything. He cleared out almost everything. JH though also burning through his money. Both players are on low on money. But JH here has the upper hand because he's got a more consistent income. Still having his main nexus. And Byul down to 70 supply. Down below 70 even. And he's picking up some zealots. Gonna fly right into the backside there. And Byul calls GG, taps out, and loses because JH realized exactly on time that he might have had a couple too many probes. He just had a couple too many. Well, a couple too many. 100 probes is more than a couple too many. It is way too many. But all he needed was one drop, getting through, killing the command center, killing all the probes, well, SCVs, and having a follow-up drop, connecting as well and sealing the deal. JH adapted exactly on time. All of the first 15 minutes, nothing was really working out in his favor, but in the end he managed to make it all connect and come together and punish Byul for his lack of awareness, which I so famously said was his best aspect. Like, look right here, I put his awareness on 98 awareness, and it wound up, well, kind of backfiring. He lost because he let 2 drops slip through. So maybe I rated his awareness a little bit too high. Maybe a little bit too high. But yet again, GH earned that win.